Today's Let's Debate is going to be which is the stronger emotion, fear or hate. And the two people I've come up with that exemplify these emotions. For fear, we have Frieza. For hate, we have Hitler. Let's get into it. Now, as we know, Frieza is the tyrannical overlord of the Dragon Ball Z universe. And Frieza, as we know, was the most dominant villain that the Saiyans have ever fought and have worked for and have known. And that Frieza realized that over time, when the Super Saiyan legend started being built up and everything, that Frieza started to get paranoid, started to have fear in his heart that maybe one day a Saiyan can actually surpass him. Because when Vegeta and Nappa were actually on planet Earth, it was said that Frieza was listening in on the Scouters. Now, some might say that that's just Frieza doing his job as Supreme Overlord to check in on the underlings. But I see it differently. I see it as a scared leader who doesn't know what might happen or if they might achieve a power that's greater than his. So Frieza had to check in. And then also as well, when Zarbon told Frieza that the Saiyans must go, because even Zarbon himself sensed that the Saiyans were starting to grow in number, their strength was starting to increase from the battles, and Frieza didn't want to be usurped or anything, so it was Frieza's paranoia and Frieza's fear that basically led Frieza to kill an entire race. Now, let's fast forward to the German dictator known as Adolf Hitler. As we know, Hitler is one of the most quote-unquote famous dictators probably of all time and in human history. And as we know, he ran Germany with an iron fist, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the thing about Hitler was that he had hate in his heart. And he hated anyone who was not white, who did not have blonde hair, blue eyes, and he especially hated the Jewish people because he blamed the Jews for not getting involved or being the cause of Germany's struggles during the war. So this led Hitler to go on a killing spree, killing basically beyond millions and millions of people. So that proves that the hate he had in his heart was strong enough to destroy an entire race. But then, let's go back to Frieza. This is how you know that fear is such a powerful emotion, because the thing about fear is that if you give in to your fear, then it's going to consume you. But fear itself, you can get over it. Like if you're scared of a snake, eventually, if you work at it, if you have the proper guidance, the proper tools, going in with a professional, whatever the case may be, you can get over your fears. But then the thing is that fear is a cripple. Fear cripples you. It cripples the mind. Because let's say, for instance, you don't like dogs. As soon as you see it, as soon as you see the tail wagging and everything, your whole body just shuts down and you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Am I going to run? Am I going to fight? Am I going to cry? And that's how strong of an emotion fear is on you. It's a mental cripple. But then on the other side, when we go back to Adolf Hitler and his hate, the hate not only caused a whole race, a whole ethnicity, whatever you want to call it, to be destroyed, but at the end of the day, it left Germany broke. Germany had to pay reparations. All right. And it was not a good situation overall. So to get to the deciding factor, which emotion do I think is stronger? Well, I'm going to say that I think that hate is a stronger emotion than fear. Because like I said before, if Frieza could have just gotten over his fear of the Saiyans, then a whole race, a whole group of people would not have been destroyed. It was because of fear. It was because of paranoia. And the thing I said about fear too is that, like I said before, is that you can get over your fear. If you have a fear of something, you can most likely get over it, go on with your life. It doesn't have to mentally cripple you anymore. But when you hate somebody to the core, when you hate their face, when you hate the way they look, when you hate the way they walk, when you even hate the fact that they were born, then it's definitely a stronger emotion, because that means that you're really willing to do something vile, something horrible, something atrocious to this person. Now, what do you think is a stronger emotion? Fear or hate? And what characters, or a character in a person, whatever, do you think in history exemplifies these two emotions? Fear, hate, Frieza, Hitler. Have a good day.